Let's talk about the fastest way to ruin your Amazon FBA business. Now, you'd be surprised with how many people completely sabotage their results and they don't even realize it. The good news is that it's actually really easy to get you right back on track. So we're going to talk about how to strategize, move, and think in a way that will completely ruin your results in hopes that you do the opposite and find success. So let's get into it. The first thing that you can do to completely ruin your Amazon FBA business is have unrealistic expectations on the timeline. Now, instead of coming into Amazon FBA and seeing it for the incredible opportunity that we have, that us as regular people without millions and millions of dollars in marketing expenses can have access to millions upon millions of customers that are ready and willing to come and buy our inventory. Instead of seeing that massive opportunity that we have at our fingertips, instead come into the Amazon FBA platform with the expectation that you're going to have everything figured out on day one. Come into this business model with the expectation that this is going to require zero effort and you're going to jump onto one website, or you're going to pick up the phone and call one supplier and your whole business is going to be made. Now, when you realize that that is not the case and it doesn't happen, start complaining. Complain to yourself, complain to anybody that will listen to you. Allow your self-talk to get so negative and so weak about this business that you end up quitting on yourself and quitting on the business altogether. Guys, let me tell you two things that you need to understand that will make you wildly successful in this business. Number one, product sourcing is a skill that needs to be developed and mastered. Just like any other skill that you have in your life. Whatever skills that you currently possess, you didn't develop them overnight. It took time, took effort, took patience, it took repetition. Product sourcing is the exact same way. But for some reason, when it comes to making money online or building a business, people go into it all the time with the expectation that they should have it figured out on day one. Guys, if I go and I pick up the guitar and I start playing the guitar every single day for 3 days, but at the end of these 3 days, I still play like shit. Should I blame myself? Should I blame the guitar? Or should I just realize that I haven't given myself the appropriate time to master this new skill? And I should probably give myself some grace. It's the exact same concept. Product sourcing is a skill that you need to develop. Make sure you have the right mindset around it, lock in and master it. And the second thing that you need to realize is that Amazon is a game of endurance. Once you have clarity, which means I know exactly how I'm going to sell on the platform, and you know your methods of sourcing that you have a lot of luck with or you've developed over time, it just becomes a matter of who is going to show up more often regardless of what's going on in their life. If we have two people and person A is only doing things when they feel like doing it, or only doing things when everything is ideal and everything is perfect, and they're not tired and they're not sleep deprived and they're fully fed and they're not busy, how far do you think they can go if they always need circumstances to be perfect? But then we have person B, who is incredibly consistent, regardless of how tired they are, how hungry they are, how busy they are, how many commitments they have, regardless of anything, they continue to show up every single day. So the person who can be more consistent and more disciplined will go significantly farther than the person who needs circumstances to be ideal in order for them to put the work in. Look, I've been selling on Amazon since 2018, and I've helped over 900 people start this business as well through my one-on-one mentorship program. And what I can tell you is that this business is 100% real, regardless of who you are, what you look like, what your background is, what your circumstances are. As long as you practice some effective consistency, you have a proven blueprint to follow, and you continue to show up and develop your skills, progress and growth is inevitable. Now let's talk about the second thing that you can do to completely ruin your Amazon FBA business, and that is over leverage yourself financially from day one. Pull out credit cards, loans, borrow money from friends and family so that not only do you have the stress and the challenge of starting this completely new business venture, but you also have the crippling stress of the massive amount of debt that you just accumulated because you thought that as long as I have a lot of money, this business will be easy. This is a recipe to not only get rid of any inner peace that you had in your life, but also completely wreck yourself financially if the bill comes due and you can't pay that money back. This is becoming way more common recently, where people are pulling out 30, 50, 100K in capital just to start their new Amazon FBA business when they have no experience on the platform. When you're new, you need to work with what you have or just a little bit outside your means. But what you need to do first is, one, you need to prove the concept. You need to prove that you can actually find at least one product and make it sell on Amazon. And then you need to prove that you can actually grow, because it's one thing to sell one product. It's a whole nother thing to sell 100 products and then to sell 1,000 products. Now, with that being said, there will come a time where your main constraint is capital. Once you have all of this experience, you've been doing it for some time, you've bought good products, you've bought bad products, you know what makes a great product, you know which products are more likely to put your account at risk, and you have some experience on the platform. Okay, once you get to that stage and your main constraint is capital, at that point, it would be wise to go and see if you can find some capital to inject in your business. But in the beginning, this is the worst thing that you can do. In my opinion, money without skill in this business is damn near useless, because you're just going to be burning through it like crazy. But money in business and in life is just an amplifier. If your business right now is barely hanging on by a thread, and then you go get 100K and you inject it into your business, yeah, your revenue numbers are going to go up, but your business is still going to be hanging on by that thread because you didn't take the time to learn how to run this business the right way. Number 3, have no clarity in your process. When you come into Amazon FBA, make sure that you dabble in everything that Amazon has to offer so that you can maximize the opportunity, right? Make sure you're drop shipping on Amazon. Make sure you're doing retail and online arbitrage, wholesale. Make sure you're going to outlets. Make sure you're doing private label. Make sure you're doing the influencer program. Make sure you're doing everything that Amazon has to offer so you can make the most amount of money, right? Make sure that once you sit down to build your business every single day, you're going to start looking on retail websites for inventory. You're going to look at drop shipping suppliers. You're going to look at wholesalers. You're going to talk to suppliers in China for your private label brand. You're going to be reviewing this product and that product. By the end of the week, you'll be so overwhelmed and you'll have absolutely nothing to show for it because you went a mile wide and an inch deep. That does not work in this business. You need to have clarity in your process. And honestly, it's like a cheat code to the business. Have one specific way that you are focusing on making money. So if we're coming into this Amazon FBA business, start with arbitrage or start with wholesale, depending on your skill set, depending on your background, but pick one. You pick one, you follow that, you make that work. Once you make that work and you are proficient with your skills in that specific model, like let's say arbitrage, then you start adding in wholesale. Or then down the road, you add in some private label. But the absolute worst thing that you can do is try to do everything all at once, because it's not going to work. Like I said, I've helped over 900 people start this business. It has never once worked out for the person who comes in and says that they're doing everything all at once. I don't know why people want to do that. And I don't blame them, because that's exactly what I did when I first started out. So I can tell you from experience, it is significantly harder to do that. Pick one model, have clarity in how you find products with that one model, and then execute every single day. Number 4, focus on occasional extreme efforts instead of daily consistency. When you start product sourcing, go really hard on day one. Make sure you sit at your desk 8 to 12 hours that one day, just scanning through products, trying to develop that skill, right? The next day, well, you just got burned out. So make sure that you only source maybe 30 minutes. And then the next day, don't source at all. Take a couple days off just to kind of get your bearings under you and kind of recover from that really long day. Then the following week, put in another long day, maybe like 6 hours, but be really distracted during your session. Make sure you're playing with your kids, and then you're taking phone calls here, you're making lunch and doing all of these things, but super distracted. And then the following week, put in another 8 to 12 hour day. And then by the end of that first month, when you have absolutely no results to show for it, you haven't found any inventory, maybe 1 or 2 products, blame the fact that Amazon is saturated or that it doesn't work or whatever else you want to blame. But don't blame the fact that you were so inconsistent in your process, and all you focused on, instead of being consistent every single day, all you focused on was these occasional bouts of extreme efforts, and you thought that was going to create your business. And then once you realize that you're not making this business work, well, then the natural next step is just to go online and complain to everybody else. What you need to do instead is follow the 20-mile march strategy, which is a concept outlined in the book Great by Choice, and it goes like this. Let's say we have 2 groups that want to hike across the country. Group A has 20 people and Group B has 20 people. Group A starts off really strong. They hike 40 miles on day 1, but they're so tired and sore that the next day they only hike 5 miles. Day 3 comes around and they hike another 10 miles. Day 4, people are hurt, sore, hungry, and tired, so they just take the day off. This erratic pattern continues for the entire march across the country. They lose multiple people in the process. Group B takes a very different approach. They decide to hike 20 miles every single day, no more and no less. Due to their incredible consistency, not only did they arrive at their destination faster than Group A, they also didn't lose anyone in the process. You need to find your 20-mile march. How much time can you dedicate to sourcing every single day that you could hit that standard even on your worst day? Is it 1 hour? Is it 30 minutes? Is it 2 hours? Whatever it is for you that fits your lifestyle, you need to have a set standard that you don't miss on. Guys, if you have a set standard of sourcing for 1 to 2 hours every single day, I guarantee you your business will grow. I guarantee you that you will find more inventory. Assuming that you're following a right blueprint and you understand how to find products, growth is inevitable if you're doing this every single day to the point where you're building this new habit of product sourcing. Number 5, be easily influenced. One of the best things that you can do, and it doesn't really ruin your business, it just kind of stops it from even starting off in the first place. And how you do that is you are easily influenced by all of the complainers that you see online who were unable to make this business a reality, either due to their lack of accountability, their lack of effort, or their lack of skill. Allow their misguided beliefs to influence you to not even start this business. You know, they said it was too saturated, or they said that Amazon's on everything, or they said that there's no profitable inventory, or there's no suppliers that want to work with you, or brands are going to go sell on the platform themselves, or Amazon's always going to come after you, or this and that, or whatever else they're crying about that day. Allow someone else who has nothing that you want, that you wouldn't want to be anything like, who barely tried. Allow them and their words to influence whether you start this business or not. Guys, like I said earlier, I've been selling on the platform since 2018, and people have been complaining about all of the same things that aren't even true since I started. Guys, I just recently interviewed my client, Mark, who went from 0 to his first 40K month within 14 weeks of starting this business. Imagine if he was easily influenced. He heard somebody complaining and he took that to heart, and then it stopped him from completely starting this business altogether. He would never have gotten interviewed on the channel. He would not have a business whatsoever. He would be doing whatever he was doing beforehand. Or my client, Nick, was an Uber driver and a PPC tech, and he was like, you know, he saw somebody talking about Amazon, how terrible it is, and this and that, and then he never started his business. But because he wasn't easily influenced and he did start his business, he went from 0 to 23K within about 4 months, and now he's on track to do 30K. Or my client Taryn right here, who just started, and within 2 months, he's about to net $2,700 in profit. What if he was easily influenced? This is why these complainers, they drive me crazy, because it's like, you are doing people a disservice. You are not teaching anything. You're not helping in any way. And you are actually hurting people, because there could be somebody watching this video right now who was going to go and create this incredible business, but because they heard the wrong thing at the wrong time, it stopped them from starting altogether. Guys, this business has been around for so long, and there are so many people who are making it work every single day. And there's no reason why you can't do that as well. But if you allow somebody else's misguided beliefs to stop you completely, this business will never become a reality. Number 6, have zero accountability. When you struggle, blame Amazon, blame the ungating process, blame the fees, blame the stores, blame the order cancels, blame the suppliers. Hell, even blame your neighbor for being too loud when you're trying to focus. But whatever you do, don't blame yourself. Your business isn't growing because of the Amazon fees, right? The new fees that they just implemented. No, it couldn't have been because you haven't sourced all week. And the week before that, you sourced for 1 day and you don't even have a foundational skill of product sourcing. So you're not finding any products because these new fees make it unprofitable, right? Or maybe, you bought a product and it tanked in price and you lost some money. And, at that point, just blame all the other sellers. And that probably means that you're going to be buying tanked products every single time. It couldn't have been that you didn't take the time to learn how to do product research properly and you missed like the glaring red flags that were right in front of your face that would have told you that that price was about to go down. Or, maybe your business didn't take off, but that's because Amazon's on everything, right? They're on every brand, they're on every listing. There's no room for you to find any profitable inventory. It couldn't have been because you didn't prioritize this business, and instead you had a few personal issues come up and then you decided to put it on the back burner for a couple of months. But no, it's because Amazon's on everything, right? Guys, let's make one thing very clear. Most things in your life are your fault, the good and the bad. Your life as it is right now is just a culmination of the decisions that you decided to take or not take throughout your life that led you to the point where you're at right now. So your business flourishing, that's your fault. Congratulations, you're doing a great job. Your business failing, that's your fault too. You being unable to get good wholesale accounts, most of the time that's your fault. You being able to get great wholesale accounts, that is your fault as well. As soon as you take accountability for not being where you want to be due to your lack of efforts, you get your power back. Most of the time, the people that blame everybody else and they take zero accountability, they're giving their power away left and right. Here, you take my power, you take my power, you take my power. My life is just a set of bad circumstances and bad luck. And those people never make it because they don't make it here. And if you don't make it here, you ain't going to make it anywhere. You can't even make it in your own head. So how are you going to make it in life? But when you take accountability and you take your power back, you understand that you are in complete control of where your life goes and where it doesn't go. And once you do that, you're going to start to realize you're only a few mental decisions away from completely changing your reality. Now, number 7 is the most important of the entire video. That is, don't go all in. Do not fully commit to making this business work. Instead, come in with a half-ass attitude and half-ass effort so that when you fail and you can't make things work on the first week, you have something to blame. This is almost guaranteed to ruin your business before you've even started. You're not even giving yourself a fair shot because you're coming into this business model where there's a lot of people going all in and you're going in 50%, 75%, maybe 90% at best. But guys, this is what separates the men from the boys, the ability to go all in. Burn the boats and see this through. Attacking this business with this savage mentality instead of this soft mentality that so many people operate from and they don't even realize that they're doing it. Oh, I'm going to try really hard. I hope it works this time. I really hope I can make something happen this time. Guys, that's weak as Don't tell yourself you're going to try because that's already subconsciously telling yourself that you're not confident in your ability to get shit done. Instead, tell yourself that you're going to figure this out no matter what. Doesn't mean that you have all the answers or that you think you have all the answers. It just means that you're confident that you can figure something out regardless of your starting point. And that's the secret. That secret that you're looking for when you're looking on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter for hours on end, just trying to find that one piece of information that's going to take your business from here and just shoot you off into the moon. The secret is you need to take massive accountability. You need to lock in and go all in on your business. No try, no hope, no this, no that. None of that weak bullshit. Dude, you need to tell yourself who the you are and whether you're going to go and make this a reality and then make some moves and make it happen. There are people in your life right now who are desperately waiting for you to get out of your own way and level up. And you're doing them a disservice by just standing in your own way, repeating the same cycle that you do with every single thing that you try, and it's time to stop. Your kids, your wife, your partner, your friends, your family, they're waiting for you to get out of your own way. So you need to take massive accountability, go all in, and make some moves. Now, obviously, you still need to have a blueprint. You still need to know how to sell on Amazon to make those things work. So because of that, I want you to watch this video right here where I show you exactly how to sell on Amazon from beginning to end, completely free YouTube video. But because I know there's a lot of you guys who have been on that hamster wheel for months and months, and some of you guys even years, and you haven't been able to make it work just based off of free YouTube videos, I want you to go ahead and click that first link in the description. That's my one-on-one coaching program. I have a few spots left before we close it up, but that is how we routinely take new sellers who have no experience on Amazon and take them from 0 to the first 10K month within 90 days. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and click that link down below. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.